So, welcome back everybody. As you can tell by my announcement and by the title and by everything on your screen, we're hosting a HOLMGANG this time around. Hopefully it's going to be exciting. That's definitely one of my favorite formats here in this on this stream, in this community in general. Let me set up my spies quickly. Although I guess I can't because I forgot to set up the intelligence agency. Great. I guess in that case, I just, yeah, can't do anything there. Can I build anything? Can I build an intelligence? No, I don't have the tag for that. So no, great job by me forgetting to set that up, but it's fine. We can do without seeing their army sizes, as I've done in previous tournament as well. Here you go. Here's the stream. Again, no spies for this one. We've got a 1v1 HOLMGANG. It's a duel if you're not quite familiar. This is live, yes, cheese. This is live, and no delay on this stream. Both parties agreed without GA. This could become a very interesting chat in game because Lib apparently is drunk and GreenMan is GreenMan. So we'll see. And you're absolutely right. I'm putting in overtime today, bringing CIV3 competitive content. Wonder why the turn time is so long anyways. All right. Finishing off my setup here, if you'll excuse. That looks like it's all relatively fine. Good thing I caught that. I don't want to be taking philosophy. All right. Looks like everything's fine though. So this is game one of this HOLMGANG match, as I just mentioned. So that means we're going to be playing a best of 3 between these two guys. I've no clue who's going to take it really. For this game one, we took random civs, as we're going to do for all the other games of this series. And it's a random map too, as you can see. Nothing like my tourney maps. It's just a random MPT map, although it's not real MPT map because you can't generate those in the editor, sadly. At least I'm not aware of a way to do it. We'll see when these guys end up making sight with each other. Second scout made by Lib. I told these guys that it was a huge map, so he might be able to spam a couple of scouts and yeah, grab himself a pop or something, because there's definitely a ton of huts on this map. So quite possibly favorable for the Hittites in that regard. However, in a typical 1v1, I believe you'd still take the Celts over the Hittites any time, because if we've been real, aggro is just that great. Although the Gallics in the 1v1 maybe aren't that oppressive. On the other hand, though, if you're able to build up completely free, that might change then as well. Now that I think about it, I might have accidentally used the version with the lower tech costs. I believe I did. So actually I lied to these guys when I told them that this is just actual regular base MPT. I think I might have chosen the version with the lower tech cost, but that shouldn't change anything. That doesn't affect either one of these guys more than the other, so that should be fine. And interesting, you're saying Gallic is stronger in the 1v1. That's true. I haven't adjusted at all. We're playing vanilla archers, so definitely hard to deal with Gallics. But then again, you're not gonna get that many Gallics in a 1v1, are you? Maybe you are. I'm not sure. I agree. In general, this map is favorable to GreenMan. Only disadvantages is that he's got no scouts, so he's probably also gonna get spotted before he's himself able to spot Lib, and he doesn't get any huts. So I think that's his only real disadvantage here. His land in general is it's difficult to argue which one is better. I think Kelt has the easier, better-ish land. He's got a ton of BGs here. But the Hittites also have got a couple of BGs. It's just very difficult to access those. They've got some nice floodplains in between. So I'm not actually sure whose land I like better. The rest is of course in GreenMan's favor here. Can't disagree on that. Oops, I didn't update my commands once more here, I think. Not sure I'll have time to do that, sadly, but it's not that important. I think all of you know what we're here for. So we'll see about that. GreenMan, of course, still with the turn 1 score lead from Lib walking a turn, so fair enough. Not sure if walking a turn was actually good for Lib. Maybe he spawned on the bonus grassland there. Although if he had, he would have just insta-mined that, so that probably isn't the case. Maybe he spawned here or something. Or on the hill, so he didn't want to plant on the hill, which would be understandable too. Not sure. In the end, doesn't really matter, does it? Lib with his warrior stack moving out. GreenMan still very much, yeah, quiet at home. He's keeping a warrior in cap, which is fine, I guess. But he's also making sure to get some vision. Decent play there. Lib gonna find a couple of huts. Doesn't look like he's popped so far. Pops are enabled in this one, so could end up swinging the game potentially. Doesn't look like either of them has been all too fortunate with those huts just yet. But hey, that might still change. Yep, it is Obi's MP, or is it? Honestly, good thing you ask. I keep forgetting which version of MPT I actually used for this one. Oh, that's big. Yeah, that would be big to know. Shit, I can't believe I didn't check in the end. Let me check real quick in the I'm checking real quick in the editor. No, it's not Obi's version. Oh wow, that's big. I didn't mean that. Clear forest. No, yeah, that's not Obi's. Didn't mean that. Again. Sucks though. Anyways, it's still pretty playable MPT, so doesn't really matter. Alright, I like the settler here from GreenMan. He knows that he's safe, and he's got a decent second spot, so just the correct play to go for the settler there, I think. And he's probably chopping a granary right now. I wouldn't hate it if he was. I wouldn't hate that. Slip is still scouting, and I still think nobody's found each other yet, although they're generally heading in the right direction. There we go. Finally, a meetup here, and this probably tells, yeah, there we go. There we go. Probably tells both of them where the other one is. Lib, of course. Well, he could, no, he's got vision everywhere. He's got that scout south, and he's got this scout north. So he knows that GreenMan's got to be in the southeast corner here. So good for Lib. He's able to now also narrow down the area of where his opponent is. The good thing for GreenMan is he knows exactly where Lib is and how far away he is. Lib apparently just pop rushed a granary, I assume. That's wild if he did. Because, Lord. But we'll see. We'll see if he actually did. There we go. No, if he did so, then it was last turn, because he's now ready with the warrior. Again, sadly, I forgot to set up the intelligence agency in this one, so I can't spy here for you guys. But hey, we'll do with what we got. Fair enough. Now also Lib finding the border here, so both can now gauge how far away they are, what types of attacks they can pull off. It's definitely enough distance between the two of them that nobody can cheese the other one out early on. It's just too far. And well, the good news, I guess, would be that the terrain is pretty broad, so you can't easily get vision over the entire border area. So maybe that's a way, once you've built up a decent two-mover stack, to move into the enemy's land for either one here, really. Of course, the Hittites are a bit impeded by the jungle here if they wanted to do a wraparound at some point, but overall it doesn't really matter in this game. I don't think the terrain for either party should be fine. Just moving the two movers through this desert here doesn't look too problematic. I don't think. Still GreenMan chopping on there. I believe there's probably gonna be a granary, but who knows? Maybe he's also going for the early barracks. Who knows? Not sure what exactly he's trying to direct my attention towards. I don't know. Well, he's moving in any case. Moving into Hattusas. Still, he's got that second city, whereas Lib's still, yeah, just behind in that regard. Maybe I should use my embassy now to try and find out what actually, yeah, well, I don't know what else could Lib have pop rushed if not the granary. Not sure. GreenMan with a surprising amount of warriors. I didn't think he'd have left 3 at home, but maybe he's actually gotten another one out of Alesia at this point. It just looked great for him. Cheese was absolutely right there. Just a great start there. The Hittites don't have anything amazing to work with. At least they're industrious, so I mean they've got something going for them. But if I'm the Celts here, I'm definitely liking that that start. I'm not liking that RNG, and oh boy, look at this. Could have taken a 1v1 for Hattusas. Didn't do it, didn't know, of course, that it was so free, quote unquote. Hence, GreenMan just gets cleared out there, Lib with the flawless RNG. I suppose. Although, well, I'm just thinking right now. What is oh boy, look at this disorder. I'm just thinking right now if Green should have kept more units around there, because one warrior isn't like real pressure. Now he moves back with that one. I think that's probably a good idea, because he doesn't really need many at home. Looks like Lib is going for the 1v1 and oh no. Not sure who that was. Probably was Lib on the attack. I gets the kill surprisingly across the river, probably into the fortify. Although it might have been GreenMan attacking there. Again, I can't know. I think it was Lib though. And that's a nice little burning cap in Hattusas. We love to see it. Thanks for the emote usage there. Jeez, that is superb. This Lib or Elk, I mean, at this point we really can't tell. But based on the Discord messages that I've been receiving, I would strongly assume that it actually was a Lib playing there, unless this is some elaborate con. GreenMan gets that hill, small victory for him. Again, Lib really not in danger at home, it's just that he's got so much less to work with than GreenMan. I agree on that. Yeah, no, he couldn't have pop slaved that warrior cheese, could he? I thought for a second, but actually I didn't. I think I might have just missed the turn there. It is a HOLMGANG, yeah. Why didn't I spam that emote? You guys are absolutely right. That's definitely the best emote I got, so gotta put it to use here. GreenMan getting pressured now. Maybe he gets nervous here. The stakes are huge after all, so maybe Lib can ambush him with those warriors. He's actually trying. The roll doesn't go his favor, and boy, At least he committed to it, but looks like GreenMan didn't even promote of that, although he might have. We can't really tell. So at least not full disaster for Lib. Looks like, yeah, he was more than safe there. Lib taking those rows. He really doesn't seem to be very, how to put this. He really doesn't seem to mind whatever the outcome of the odds he's taken is here. He's just going with it and going for stuff that can be effective when you're playing against guys who don't know what they're doing or who are nervous or who are overly cautious. In that case, just being overly active can be a good thing and can yield great results. But if the opponent knows what they're doing or they're just looking to punish, then taking rows like that usually costs you big time in the end. And looks like he's not found a lot of success with his scouts either. No pops at least. Still on one city. I wonder what his general idea here is. I mean, he's now chopping, so I guess maybe the barracks is next. Maybe he's chopping a settler, actually. That would be like him. Wouldn't be surprised if he did, and that's the second settler for GreenMan before Lib even gets the first one out. And looks like, yeah, he's now pumping out veteran warriors. Wow, that's just pathetic. At least gets it on the second attempt. The worthwhile investment of the barracks, am I right? Yielding immediate results here. Or does it? Just gets completely cleared out. I'm not sure what that warrior is doing here from GreenMan. Maybe I missed it. Maybe he was just healing it up out there. But I think that's really not the ideal spot to put it. You either want to move it into his land or you want to keep it in outside of his vision. But I don't think that way you get the best of either world. GreenMan, yeah, thinking about moving it, but maybe just doesn't have a location in mind where he wants to put it. Yeah, just think in that case you're really not gaining anything from it. If I had to guess, he's just keeping it there until his reinforcement warriors arrive. So he's maybe trying to pressure Lib with 3 warriors at a time then. Maybe that's his play. Getting a coastal city now too, not that it really matters in this one. Not going to be a lot of boating going on unless they're trying to boat me, which I guess is possible. Pretty weak at home as well with the, oh, I'd even disbanded everything. Look at me. Just advertising myself as a prime target. Oh boy, there's the settler at least for Lib, as we said. However, GreenMan still with the huge tempo advantage, and you see that in the score as well, right? Celts are just doing that much better. He's gonna be happy with the decision to take random civs here. And Lib at least able to secure those hills outside his land. It's not really in danger of dying yet, but just gonna be useful to hold on to these for when eventually the stacks are gonna come. I wonder how GreenMan's gonna play this. He's Celts without teammates, so I think the ideal way is probably getting an early GA. He's trying to get a double onto the hill, but Lib quick enough with the reaction. Loses that warrior. Now I like that attempt at least, right? That wasn't a bad idea. And Lib now working on his horses. So what I was saying is, for a 1v1 Celts, I would suggest getting 1 or 2 Gallics immediately as soon as possible, getting that GA and then farming gold in GA in order to be able to upgrade a ton of Gallics. It's my suggestion. I'm not sure how viable that is. Need a ton of cities for that to be possible. However, it is MPT after all, and 1 city elimination makes that a bit dicey. So not sure how viable that is. He doesn't have great commerce in his land either way. Not a lot to work with there, so maybe not going to be a game of large stacks. Lib City, of course, just intended to secure those forces eventually. Probably standard plant here. Very difficult to reinforce though. Once he's got a couple of 3-men, it's not going to be an issue anymore, but for now he's quite vulnerable there. Of course, knowing that GreenMan doesn't have any attackers yet, that's not a concern of his here. So fair enough. Plant, I guess. Barbs even spawning already. Look at this. Lib getting that city down. Any barbs that are relevant? Not really. Just that one barb camp too. Is that really how it works? Just one singular barb camp spawning at a time? Quite pathetic, isn't it? Oh, looks like now we've got more coming. But maybe that's actually how barbs work. One camp per turn or something. Interesting. Lib gonna get pressured by those, but he's probably gonna have his worker in range of reinforcement. Not gonna matter too much, although the barb's arrival is probably gonna coincide quite nicely with when GreenMan's warriors arrive, so maybe it can help pressure him actually. It's hilarious. Wonder if GreenMan already knows where that second city's been planted. Not sure how far up he actually ever got with those warriors towards the west. But I mean, yeah, he doesn't even know that there's forces there anyways, so probably not that important. I don't think he would have tacked the wheel yet. At least I probably wouldn't have if I'd gone Celts here. Lib at least getting another warrior up, and I mean, wow, he's actually just unbeatable there with a lot of these warriors. Going poorly there for GreenMan, but that warrior didn't really matter that much. Probably a trade that you could argue for taking, but wasn't supposed to be, I assume. Doesn't lose a lot of that, and the number of warriors is definitely not what's gonna keep him, what's gonna limit his Gallic output. Gold gonna be the actual problem, so I guess can afford to kind of gamble with them in that sense. It's now gonna move in alongside the barb. It's actually really nice timing there, as we said. Dude, look at this, the barb on the iron, towering over the worker. Luckily for Lib rather, the worker move gets done right in time. He still moves a warrior onto it, curiously. However, I think that worker should be done this turn with whatever he was doing. Now gotta make sure not to noob out at home. I don't like how completely blank Tarsus is left. Not sure if you really gotta commit all those units to the eastern part of the river, but with those warriors being quite slow, interesting worker move. With those warriors being quite slow, maybe he's trying to actually bait GreenMan there. Decent idea to maybe go for a bait, and then if you're quick enough, intercept it and hit into it with, or actually pre-move with the veteran warrior. Maybe could do that. But as the turn ends, let's see what GreenMan goes for. I guess just the pillage. Good play. It's actually the correct decision, and Lib playing with fire a little bit here in Tarsus. Let's hope he's gone for the control U. Otherwise, it's going to be a clicking war between him and GreenMan. Now, possible that he's going to get a warrior out of Tarsus next turn. It is size 2 already. But if it's size 2 already, it would have already made a warrior if he had queued one. Maybe he's now switching to one, but that's probably the correct decision here. If you can. Maybe he's also doing a spearman or something. Oh, we'll see. We'll see. Interesting as the turn ends. Can GreenMan capitalize on this? Let's check how quick he can be. Task is still empty. Oh, there goes the first 3-man. Interesting. I didn't think he had that many shields in there already. But good for him. Maybe just take the worker here. I would suggest for GreenMan. The gem worker is a really nice tile to hold on to, and crucially, Lib can't get GA from it. That's what I would probably be looking for at this point. Get on to the maybe take both workers actually. I think that's the play at this point. As he clears out Lib at home with the archer, decent investment there. Right, exactly. Get that worker first, disband it. He moves out. Now you can take the 1v1 at Tarsus if you want. It is still on a hill, but if you wanted to, you could now take a 1v1 there probably. Or pretty much guaranteed, that that's just one unit in there. Doesn't look like GreenMan is too keen on that because it's on a hill and it's fortified, so I understand it. Not a terrible decision. You've just given over. Oh wow, that's the rally point or something, or whatever it looks like. Interesting. Coming through, he's at least able to guard that. And again, I assume there's just one warrior in tosses. GreenMan not going for the hit. Good choice by Lib to move the 3-man back in. Yeah, just gotta make sure not to like get caught out by some bullshit RNG angle, because Lib's been getting quite good RNG, and you don't really wanna rely on it too much, especially when you're already being blessed by some good rolls in the first place. So Lib's probably happy with that early GA here on 2 cities. Celts far away from theirs. Iron not hooked yet. Oh boy. Language becoming more and more an obstacle here. So maybe with a couple of 3-mans, if you're sneaky, you could actually end up getting the win here. Walls in Alasia is a bit overly careful for my liking. Could have already. I think at this point I already want a few more workers for the Celts. You're gonna need to hook that iron. You wanna keep expanding, I think. So 2 more workers at this point, and then start making 2-3 more settlers before taking GA is what I would ideally want to see. That is an interesting one, though. Now that don't agree with this hit. Now that there's another unit on top in Tarsus. But hey, that means Lib's just completely free at home now, and he can get whatever he wants out of that GA, which probably is just going to mean a small stack, and then just straight to GreenMan, because that's the only part of this game or the only section of this game where he's ever going to be ahead. He's behind in cities, he's behind in land, he's behind in Civ. The only thing he can really gun for is with his early GA, build up as much units as he can, and then just straight go for GreenMan is the only thing I could think of. Again, archers are virtually useless in this one, so if you're doing it well, you might be able to actually do a lot of damage with a 3-man stack, especially since it can't easily be attacked into by just warriors or whatever, unlike a mounted warrior stack, for example, which is very easily defensible if you've got a bunch of warriors and you know that the move in is coming. Not so in this one, I would say. Walls at Luck Dunham too, I guess. GreenMan, I definitely think he's investing too much in defense here. Probably not arguable there. He's got a second worker, that's decent. Good choice, I think, at this point. Oh no, he's even got a third. Maybe I didn't pay attention earlier. But he's got 3 workers now, that's a good idea. Again, now a few settlers, probably good choice. You're not really missing out on anything, and getting that GA soon is something that, again, I suggested earlier, and now that Lib is in his GA, I think has just become much more necessary than it already was. Yeah, I wonder. Sadly, I don't have a spy here. Again, didn't set it up properly, sadly, but with a spy, I would have been interested in seeing how many or what exactly Lib's building now. Is he just doing archers? Not as good in this mod. Is he doing Is he doing 3-man? That is pretty expensive, and he doesn't have big cities. He doesn't even have good tiles to use. So what is he building there, actually? Is he just trying to make more cities? I wouldn't like that choice, because you don't, I mean, you have decent land to expand into, I guess, out west, but I don't see how that's, yeah, I don't see how that's gonna win you the game. You're definitely gonna get out expanded by the Celts, unless you just disrespect your opponent so much that you think even with half as big an empire, you can still beat him late for some reason, but I wouldn't want to take that gamble against the Celts. Oh boy. I agree, Cheese, that 1v1 or that warrior was utilized very strangely. Lib making 3 mana as it seems. Again, reasonable choice. Now, good double move from GreenMan was reasonably quick. Gets onto the volcano once more. 3-man chariot can't access that tile. So now, oh, what was that? How? Oh, he just moved it in. I'm just, yeah. You gotta excuse me here. 2:30 in the morning. Why are you still awake, Cheese? I'm not flaming my viewers here, but why are you still awake at this hour? My my lord. Not that I'm complaining. I'm just genuinely surprised. 2:30. Oh God. 2:30 in the morning. Yeah, that's what I was saying. So I'm really having trouble talking at this point. It doesn't really matter. You all know enough about this game that I can just point out a few things that maybe are curious to me, and I don't really have to break down or explain anything that's going on. The viewership seems to be very elite today, so uh, all good in that regard. No explaining necessary, really. Yeah, just make a bunch of 3-mans. I guess that's your best bet if you live here, even with the workers. Just making that road so you're able to get over quickly. I like it from GreenMan as well. I support that choice of getting your first Gallic 1 or 2 just to be able to ensure your GA. Clear out an enemy sentry or whatever. And then with... Now, you're already size 7 in Antramont. What you could do is you could just grow to size 10 and then 1 per turn Gallic in GA. Maybe that's actually better than upgrading a ton of Gallics. Still, no, you make a settler in Alesia and Lugdunum, you make 5 cities, you take GA, and then you 1 per turn Gallics in Antramont while getting a nice 5-city GA with decent production. Lib able to venture out and clear a few sentries out. Nice movement there, even gets the promotion. Can't complain about that. Looking clean here. Even gets to hold on to his workers. Let's see if we're gonna see another hashtag burn cap soon. He's got half a turn in order to fix the happiness there, but he is allegedly drunk, unless that was a distraction claim. So maybe he's gonna actually forget about that. Place your bets now. Hey, well done. Gets the 3-man chariot out. GreenMan apparently with just one Gallic. That would be too risky for my liking. Wow, he even moves into vision of that mountain sentry. That's not ideal, I would say. Especially start of turn. Not a huge fan of that choice. But as mentioned, just one Gallic for GA is a bit risky for my liking. He's made another one now in Antramont, but I would have ideally probably sent out a 2-man stack of Gallics. Just, you want to guarantee that GA before your opponent is able to move his units away. potentially. Alright, Lib still inching his way forward. He's now also close to getting spotted and moves in for the GA. GreenMan, well done. He's in GA now too. That is decent timing, although he can't one per turn in Entramont yet. He'll need a bunch more irrigations, I assume, because he's planted quite close, especially with Loch Dunham, so probably doesn't even have that many more cities there, or more tiles there for his cap to use. Need more irrigations, I assume. Yeah, if he wants to one per turn, that is. Since he's not made more cities, he's pretty much relying on being able to one per turn Gallic, however, unless he like wants to disband a unit every turn just in order to be able to get enough shields every turn, but don't really see that. He's traded one Gallic for one 3-man chariot plus his GA, so that is a fine trade. I don't want to see him take any more of these 1-for-1 trades though, because that's for sure not efficient. Lib's got the priority for now, and he's got, oh, he actually just now loses that Gallic, but same effect. Lib with a bunch of elites here. Gotta wonder whether or not he's gonna be able to pick up that military grade leader at some point. And he's moving forward. He's got the priority there, got all the vision, and he's got the road. That is pretty big for him. Even moving a couple of archers along just because they're cheaper. Although, again, the defensive bombard is absolutely worthless. In this one, I haven't adjusted it at all. It's still just 1. So, much worse. Hey! Hello there, Mr. Steve. Feel free to send me whatever map you've got you want me to take a look at. I'm always interested. I'm casting again, but I gotta apologize. I'm super tired already. It's 2:30, approaching 3 a.m. We're just doing a HOLMGANG 1v1. Not sure if you're familiar with the format yet, but it's basically a grudge match between two community members. This one not as hostile as maybe a few before, but it's still probably going to be a fun, cool match. It's a best of 3, so whoever loses this game is not immediately the loser of the duel. However, of course, only need 2 game victories to claim the victory in the duel, so each individual game is still pretty significant. GreenMan having Celts on the better starting spot versus Lib, who's the better player on the ladder and thus the favorite. We'll see how it plays out and how GreenMan is able to trade here. I really hope he doesn't get tempted into taking 1v1 trades, 1-for-1 trades. You can't afford to trade Gallics for 3-men or for archers or for anything really, because they're just so expensive, especially when you're not even getting them 1 per turn from cap. That's unfortunate there. Yeah, let's see, he's continuing those trades, getting a decent kill here. Even the upgrade from Lib now, nicely done. Looks like he's really... Alright, looks like he's really preparing for the upgrade there, or for the all-in there. Even with the upgrade, he's cleared out almost all units at home as well, so decent opportunity to just send everything at GreenMan. His road is almost complete. He's gonna have to start moving out those swordsmen soon, though, because you don't want to leave them at home. Why spend that gold if you're not gonna use the units, right? He's almost at the Celts' doorstep. I would be surprised if GreenMan died to this, because despite Lib playing it pretty nicely, right? You're getting that early GA, few 3-men, nicely eroded, couple of archers for cheaper attack units, and then the swordsman upgrade on top. Despite all that, he's still on 2 cities with not great land against Celts with good land on 4 cities. So, I mean, you're not supposed to be able to kill here, so I don't expect GreenMan to actually die to this one. But hey, we gotta see. Maybe Lib is gonna be able to find an angle that GreenMan isn't expecting, excuse me. Maybe he's gonna be able to find a a city that GreenMan isn't protecting sufficiently. All that is possible, as we gotta see, is Lib preparing any moves. Looks like he's trying to wrap around north here. It's not that easy though. No obvious targets to attack. He's just getting straight up hit by GreenMan out of Antremont. Just barely enough to kill that one off across the river. Again, not a worthwhile shield trade to take, but somewhat gets rewarded with the RNG here. Even moves out further. Why would you not move back to heal? That's curious to me. Maybe he just wants to have some units around. Wow, he's even able to get the road. Get the worker that was building the road, rather. Nice work for him. And wow, that's great RNG. I think he just took out another 3-man chariot and another. Okay, that's just devastating for Lib at this point. He's gonna lose. He's gonna lose another worker, isn't he? Or maybe he isn't. Either way, yeah, he just lost big, and his entire punching power is pretty much gone with this, I would say. Again, the road doesn't even extend to the Celts border, so can't even get there quickly with the surprise effect. Is GreenMan now going to be able to actually utilize that road for his own attack? He continues to get decent RNG at least. Mismove of the archer there for Lib 2. That's once more unfortunate for him. At least he's doing a good job of keeping his cap happy, despite Tarsus not being as obedient. And there you can see he's really struggling with commerce, I would say, because Malthusas is happy without units in there. What is Tarsus doing? It's just difficult to keep that the cities of that size satisfied, even with the luxury that he's already got. Hey, so the game is basically being handed to GreenMan here. He's got the edge in every possible department. Is he going to be able to close it out and take the 1-0 lead in the series? I think it would be the first ever HOLMGANG victory by an underdog, unless I'm mistaken badly. That's what I would, from memory, I would say that. So that is big and rare. Of course, again, just to reiterate, we're talking about a single game, a single map here. Able to win a single map is good, but it's not a victory yet. He would have to defeat Lib twice in order to win the HOLMGANG. But hey, he's getting off to a great start here. Up 20 in terms of score, probably 3 times the military strength of his opponent. Can't scoff at that. You can just send it on Discord, Steve C, by the way. Do you have me on Discord? If you've got Discord and you've got me on Discord, or I mean, I'm just in the server under my Hadrada name, so that's a possibility. Can always send it there. If not, just yeah. Just let me know if you can do it with Discord, basically. And yeah, Cheese, I don't know, that one per turn Gallic would have been quite handy there if he's got the tiles necessary. He definitely has. Well, maybe he actually can't do it without starving. Although I'm pretty sure he could if he just microed enough. Although that is tedious, obviously. So maybe can't be bothered. I wouldn't blame him. Still, at least Lib has control over that road. So he's not just folding here, despite GreenMan having the obvious edge. And I mean, he is surviving the Celts GA so far. However, Lib's GA's gotta run out here any second now, whereas the Celts is gonna last another turns or so. So maybe the odds are gonna start well, shifting here in a second. Yeah, those trades aren't effective. That's what I just basically want to drive home. You don't want to one-for-one trade Galax into any unit, so that is not ideal in terms of value what you're getting here. I believe even able to probably get that swordsman to safety if I had to guess. We'll see. It looks like, yeah, he's just moving a ton of units up now, but I guess he's just realized that there's no way GreenMan could get into his backline, so why even keep units there? It's a fair enough consideration. He doesn't even make 3 men anymore because they are quite costly. At least he was able to fully extend the road. I hadn't noticed. Oh no, never mind. He wasn't able to extend the road. GreenMan just got another border expand. Yeah, another border expand with the temple that he must have in Andromont. Interesting. That's gonna help keep Lib at arm's length. Yeah, he's super hard to double move actually. Even with horses, it's so tough to get to the Celts at this point. He's got 5 sentries as well, so he's not gonna get omega flanked. Yeah, I wonder. I mean, at this point, both parties are just straight up sending all the units that they're producing down this road and neutralizing each other in the middle, so not much going on there. It's like, of course, it's an epic battle, kind of like Voldemort versus Harry when they're just throwing light at each other out of their wands, and it just cancels out in the middle every time. And it's basically the most boring battle ever, but they're screaming and making exhausted faces, so it looks like it's the most epic shit ever. That's what's going on here. We've got the HOLMGANG duel for all the marbles, but in reality it's just people streaming units in a single file towards each other. Is what I'm getting from this. Third city at least for Lib. All right, he's now abandoned the strategy of funneling down there. I was in agreement with the strategy, by the way. I didn't have a better suggestion for him. He's now lost interest in it, however, but I think he can't really afford to, because as soon as he stops sending reinforcements, that road's gonna fall into the Celts' hand. Maybe it wasn't even a good idea by them to pillage that road. Or did Lib do that himself? I don't think so, so maybe should have actually just kept that road around if you were Celts. Sensing that you were starting to get the lead in this one again, attacking into archers with garbage defensive bombard, so it's not as punishing. Looks like he lost the Gallic there though, so again, unfortunate trade. The 1 HP swordsman surviving. The trades. Oh boy, look at this. Getting cleared out here too. Just unfortunate. You don't need those trades, I don't think, especially when you're not immediately threatened. That's what I'm thinking. Oh, Ava, thank you so much for asking. It's not 60 turns. It's also not 72 turns like my tournament maps. It's 90 turns. So this might take a while, just to be frank. They wanted as vanilla MPT as possible. I screwed that up by at least we're somewhere halfway there. You like his style of play? Is that referring to his style of play in general or in this specific game? He's making temples. Well, he is. He's going for full on content here. You're absolutely right. Hmm. I mean, at what point? Well, I guess his strategy is pretty clear here. GreenMan just going to straight, head down the middle, take control of the road first, and then attack. He's not even looking for, because Lib's not even trying, right? He's like not even really defending. GreenMan could easily just sneak a single Gallic through the east into Ugarit. But no, he's fully committed to clearing out the road first. So yeah, Lib, despite being vulnerable at multiple points, he's just actually just presenting himself, uh, yeah, as the easy prey that he is. So no, oh no, he's not gonna hit into that. Interesting. If I were a GreenMan, oh wow, he cuts the road. And he lags back on the retreat. A lot of weird stuff happening there. If I were GreenMan, I would try and take a look at the elite players or just the maths. But you don't need to do the maths and whatever. You can just look at the elite players. They are really good at knowing which tiles they want to hit, which tiles they don't want to hit, where they want to keep their units. And in a situation like this, he's been trading 1-for-1 with his Galax the entire game on flatland. You don't want to do that. Your Galax are very vulnerable there. Now he had the Gallic on the hill and he was scared of the swordsman coming out and clearing him out. And I guess out of panic, he moves the Gallic down from the hill. At least he gets, maybe he was gonna pillage that road all along. But yeah, he moves off the hill and thus it becomes a very easy target for the opponent's units. And again, he's not getting the most out of those Gallics because he's not selling them at the very most expensive price possible. He keeps pillaging that road. He's definitely not interested in seizing it for himself. I mean, if the bulk of your army is gonna be Gallics, then fair enough. You're gonna be just fine moving through flatland terrain anyways, but that road wasn't really gonna be contested, so I feel like you could have just taken it and used it for your own advance. Especially since you were so committed on taking control over it in the first place. But I guess he still feels threatened by Lib in that way. Oh, yes, you're referring to me. Okay, fair enough. Did you ever answer why you were awake at this hour? You didn't, huh? Yeah, I wonder, Cheese, what keeps you awake at 2 a.m.? Because I know what keeps me awake, and it's barely a valid reason. Commitment to multiplayer content. You're right. That I am. If nothing else, that is undisputable. Indisputable? Indisputable sounds better. I like GreenMan at least going on the offensive now. As far as he's beaten back Lib, he keeps moving forward. Not really committing with a real stack yet, but he's just taking control over the area. I still don't agree with the fashion in which he's doing it. What was that? That looked super weird, as though two units just snapped away from each other. But it was just GreenMan moving back and Lib sending down an archer at the same time, I guess. It looks so weird, as though the two units just snapped out of well, yeah, just shoved each other away. He's gotten another worker there from Lib. At this point, he's probably... Dude, but Lib still... How? He's just actually cosplaying Ava, isn't he? What is this? He's still got 5 workers, and how many has he lost at this point? At least 3, right? Dang. He's not saving on workforce, that's for sure. Can't blame him for that. And now it's actually GreenMan who's arrived at the opponent's borders. Is he gonna be able to punish? Wow. Why is it moving up there actually with these swordsmen? Maybe he fears that worker might be taken, but there's no reason for Green. Oh well. Oh, actually no. Of course, GreenMan would have seen, or would he? No, actually, I think I'm just lying, aren't I? You can't see when the forest is cleared, can you? Without updating maps. So maybe he couldn't have known. But if he could have known that the forest was just cleared, then it was a decent idea to cover your worker. Still, a bit of weird move, especially when he's just begging to be killed at this point. Obviously, that's what's going on here. Spamming workers, improving the land, and waiting to be taken out. Let's see. Does GreenMan... Well, he's still beating him back. He's not forfeiting here. Does GreenMan put Lib out of his misery here? There's no way for Lib to even get back to him, so that's not happening, right? You can't even get there, and no way to outscore A either. GreenMan keeps on planting new cities. Decent city as well, right? Not on fresh water, but what does it matter when you get BGs and just more land area? Hey. We'll see. Can GreenMan get through and finish it off? It's still 0-0 games in the series. So whoever takes this one takes the lead, but doesn't take the series yet. There's still time to come back. He's finally getting Gallic per turn, I guess. Alright, maybe for 1 or 2 turns until the Golden Age fades. Border expand for Hattusis now as well. That means we're in turn 50, aren't we? 62, never mind. Oh, he walked a turn. Maybe that's why it's 60 turns, I guess, until the double border expand. Whatever. I tried. I tried to sound smart here. Guess I failed. Alright, where are you gonna go with those Gallic? Oh, that is horrible RNG. I don't blame him. That was a decent move, but... That was actually a good move, I would say, but just... didn't work out. Got 2 Gallics left. Are those healthy at least? No, not really. Alright. Not a ton of options there, but still remaining on that hill again. That is a fine spot to sit in and try and heal up your Gallics. Yeah, I wouldn't really move off of that if I had the choice. Gotta see if Lib's gonna hit into it, but even so, that is still fine for me if I'm GreenMan. Getting cornered now a bit. Yeah, he's starting to heal up and he's getting hit now. Look at this. Yeah, he's rewarded for making the correct decision. He chills on the hill, gets promotion, gets heal, or gets promotion, gets healed, and gets 2 enemies taken out. Yeah, Lib just barely holding on at this point. We don't even need military advisor and spies in order to be able to tell what the power levels are in this one. And yeah, the chat is surprised. It's no delay, by the way, Rapdag, yeah. The cheese praising GreenMan for his clinic of not killing even when you have overwhelming advantage. It's hard to gauge, dude. I know it myself. I still don't always gauge it right, the opponent's strength. I also think F3 is cringe, and oh boy. Are we gonna comment on this? Any thoughts about this? No, but I was saying I'm still pretty bad at gauging enemy strength and if I can kill myself, even in MPT. And I only recently got decent at it. So, yeah, honestly, it is hard to gauge. You just see a couple of enemy cities, you see your cities, and then you feel like, can I kill that? Maybe I need all my units, but I don't want to leave my home cities completely empty. It's not that easy. I mean, it's obvious to us now, and it's obvious to good players anyways. But like watching it from here, of course, it's obvious. Lib spent his GA and his upgrade on that road, and it completely failed. So naturally, GreenMan just outproduces now, and with the longer lasting GA, as well as just the better units. He's of course got the edge here, but maybe he doesn't know that. So I guess nothing wrong with technically just taking the free win over score here, right? It's not like he's throwing the game by not committing for the kill here. Unlike some other people who have arguably opted for kills in games lately that were otherwise certain victories but got close due to allegedly reckless kill attempts without naming anybody. One time, alright. Fair enough. I think Rapdag was the one who said that your kill onto Boogie when you were playing Incas was also quite a possible throw. So hey, maybe it was twice. Who knows? I'm not the one to cast the stone. This is the reverse. Oh boy. Oh boy. You're getting a good laugh out of this, everybody. I can tell. Fair enough, right? Fair enough. Oh, look at this. Oh, it's over. It's over. It's over. Isn't that what the meme? The Kenny Smith meme or something? I don't know. He's got the fleet. Yeah, Lib can pack it up. I'm not sure this fleet is actually gonna arrive to Lib's backline before the end of the game. But if it is, it's over. And there we go! He's actually got... You could hear the honest excitement in my voice when I stared at the prospect of being allowed to go to sleep. And it was ripped right out of my hands. Oh, that's the highlight. That's the 3 a.m. highlight. He could just be taunting, you know? And even if he was, it doesn't even matter to me why he didn't kill there. It's just that I thought I was gonna be allowed to close off the day, and then I wasn't. Oh geez, Lip apparently getting a few taken out. Oh, it's a great leader. It's a great leader. No. Ah, Vercingetorix. Sucks, yeah. He didn't have a ton of time to move that one out, sadly. Not a lot of players would have been able to remove that one from there. That's sad. Yeah, Lip going for a pretty ballsy roll there. And actually able to clear him out in the end. That's weird. Alright, so the Gallicus... But why is the worker there? Oh, so he moved onto the tile and then Lib spammed 3. Moved out with the otter, but also moved the worker one tile. So I guess that's what must have happened there. Yeah, alright. It's not over yet. Just prepare for the fleet. It's gonna end his career. Wow, what a roll again. Lip today. Bruh. Wait, there was a noise? What type of noise was there? Magdag, is that your alt? Is that your wife? Is that Rabdag's wife? That would be a funny name for Rabdag's wife. Gotta say. Uh, what type of noise was there on my stream, huh? Oh, you mean the noise I made when I was disappointed? Maybe that noise. Oh wow, Lib actually doing GreenMan a favor. It's like Lib is watching this stream and trying to come up with the best ways to entice GreenMan to kill him by now planting this near coastal city one off coast. Maybe GreenMan can capitalize. Sadly, he doesn't have vision of the coast at all, so difficult maybe. Oh boy. Good day, Rabdag's wife. It is a absolutely splendid stream for you to uh, visit us for the first time. You've truly picked the top quality content here. Mrs. Magdag. Yeah, I gotta memorize that name. It's a good name, so better not forget. This is the peak hours. Definitely. The 3 a.m. games. That's the real point in points in my life where I start contemplating whether or not it was the right choice to what's the word in English? To become an abstinent, a non-drinker. Basically, that's the point in life when you start questioning whether it's a good idea to not drink, because apparently drinking helps with moments like these. All right, good news for everybody. After 29 turns of chopping, the slave worker has finally removed this Garsty forest from the northwesternmost corner of the Celtic lands. To the shock of many, no shields were yielded from the venture, but at least we've contributed in a meaningful manner to global warming. In case somebody doesn't know, you don't get anything from removing a forest. That's 3 tiles away from a city of yours. You're just losing out on bonus and wasting a worker move there. So suboptimal there. So GreenMan up 35 in score. No chance he loses this one in score. He would have to fall asleep at the keyboard and be killed by Lib in order to lose this one. I still hope that he's going to be able to grab that kill, as Lib's been trying to hand it to him for 30 turns now. It's only 18 more though, so I think I can get through this. Dude, I'm serious. This book. Oh, he landed. I wonder why he landed here and not closer to Lib. Of course, he doesn't have any vision back here, so he doesn't know how big Lib is, but still, he landed pretty far back. And that should be it, right? That should be what ends up yielding him the kill if he can't find the angle before then. That's pretty surefire kill. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, he definitely has enough time to get there. Oh boy. He's not really catching up in score, by the way. The game will not end before they show. Oh boy. Oh guys, why are you what are you he's not hitting in the archer stack, is he? He is. Again, why take these trades at this point? You've traded the entire game units for units like this. You gotta realize that even if you kill 3 archers for 2 Galax. It's just not a good trade. I don't like that. I can't believe it. What am I? My sobriety. Good word, Cheese. I'll remember that. Sobriety is, that sounds smart. Oh. Maybe that's actually true. Maybe we're just being fooled. GreenMan announced that he was trying to waste, especially Cheese's time. I think he named Cheese by name. So maybe this is actually what you guys are saying. And since GreenMan doesn't want to commit the time and effort to come back, make Smurfs, and make life living hell for the ladder mods, maybe that's just it. Maybe he just knows that the ladder mods tend to watch my stream every now and then, and he just wants to waste their time on my stream, purposely not taking kills when he can. That's what mean-spirited people would allege now. Of course, I'm not suggesting that that's what he's doing, but if he was, I wouldn't be shocked, and I would have to compliment him for his Machiavellian ways here. Definitely nothing to scoff at here. He's really getting us good with this one. Although most of all me, and I don't think he's harboring. My brain's just stopped working. I don't think he's harboring antipathy. Is that a word? I know that sympathy is a word, so I guess antipathy would also be a word. Don't think he's harboring any ill will against me, basically. Hey, is he gonna move forward with those sentries? I wouldn't hate that move. That mountain is basically worthless to hold on to. That hill's just as good, I would say. Alright, still keeps it interesting how archers are still at some points used as though they were a defensive asset when they absolutely aren't, just to make it clear. They completely and absolutely are worthless on defense in this version. Okay, takes the road for a second there. Again, look at what you're up against. That's just, you're just donating over Galax there. Don't like to see it. And I guess Lib has taken back Prio somehow, because GreenMan hasn't moved out units for what I would estimate to be 10 turns. I haven't seen any additional units come out. So he must have a ton at home. It's just, maybe he really just wants to bring this home via score, which, by the way, he's still gaining the advantage in, so no question there. He's just fully relying on this attack now, which is fine. That should get the trick done for us. Let's just hope he doesn't move on to this. Please don't move on to the mountain and show your units. Maybe Lib will somehow be able to defend in that case. Be sneaky, at least move onto the iron, if not the hill. That's our hope right now. We'll see. He really has no way of knowing that that mountain would be a bad idea, so if you were to move on to that, I wouldn't say it's a garbage play. This is probably the ideal play, though. You don't want to move on these easily scoutable tiles. Probably take the safer route south is the ideal play, so to speak. First of all, got to defend at home, though. This is, again, whatever GreenMan's got at home, it's definitely way more than this. So this is never going to threaten a kill unless GreenMan's blatantly mispositioning here. Alright, I like the 3 men and add in some 2 movers to be able to wrap around and flank to maybe catch him off guard once he fortifies his front cities, but the sentry there makes this pretty futile. There we go. Lib has moved up the units all onto the iron and no vision for Lib. I think I just said Lib. No, GreenMan's moved the stack forward and it's not within vision of Lib, so this is by all means, in 2 turns this game's gonna be over and there's nothing that could change my mind about this. I don't see any other way, barring a crash or something. Alright, what do we got? Lib has the road erected back up. Are we gonna see another epic duel? Two men fighting across the border. Are we actually gonna go back to this? I hope not. Although, GreenMan stacking the units here, maybe to anticipate a double move attempt by Lib and attack into it once he starts to step forward. Not necessary, but decent idea in general. Lib still spotted out by the enemy sentry. Good sentry to keep around. I praised that earlier from GreenMan. If he wanted to be absolutely thorough, he would have kept another warrior up here. But I guess that is optional if you're gonna keep your back cities sufficiently fortified. Anyways, now he's got the chance to hit into it if he wanted to. Still better to just keep the units in the cities, I would say, but it is a decent idea to just straight up hit into those. It's also pressuring the backline cities now. And finally, the most important part. We're gonna see the stack that's gonna bring the end of the game come in now. Alright. Please hit it. I can't believe it. Alright. One more turn. We're almost there. Decent trading here. Even managed to cut down Lib's stack, so there's absolutely no way we die, right? Right, GreenMan? Tarsus is empty, we see it. It's on a hill. Haran also, yeah? Yes. Nice shit. Alright. On the third attempt, GreenMan able to finally take out Lib. That city was never going to be able to be defended. Congrats to GreenMan. Why didn't he reinforce? Good question. One that can't decidedly be answered. Hey, we got there. We got there. Sick props to GreenMan for taking the first game of this series. I'm not gonna do the other one right now. There's no chance in hell I'm gonna do the other one right now. But GreenMan takes the 1-0 lead. And Cheese just now gets the ultimate twist. It was actually not a parody. It was just a series of unfortunate events for GreenMan. Counter to what everybody might have thought. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, whatever. Alright, so basically, just to close this one off. It's 1-0 for GreenMan in the HOLMGANG now. Where the next 1 or 2 games of this series would also be played with random civs on random MPT mods. Sadly, didn't see what Cheese just got timed out for, but it's typically very, very entertaining when he suffers that fate. So gotta check what it was this time around. The most entertaining stream to date. It might have been. It really depends on your humor. It really does. It's definitely up there. But respect. 1-0 GreenMan. Hands up. Raise your hands. Who had GreenMan in this one? All right. Props to him. Don't want to take this away from him. He took advantage of the better land and the better civ that he got and took it home. Okay, there we go then. So, what closing remarks do I have? Mm, a moderator, exactly. A moderator has timed out. Jeez, who knew? Who could it have been? My chat is so ambiguous in terms of, yeah, moderators. No. So what I was gonna say, this HOLMGANG is gonna continue throughout the next few days, probably tomorrow if I know these guys. And the tourney, we've got one more game remaining in the group stage, Team Anti versus Team Halu Game 5. And as soon as that is played, we're gonna start moving into the playoffs either this weekend or next weekend. However, that last group stage game likely to be played Thursday or Friday. So if you're here mainly for tournament games, come back. Just keep an eye out in the Discord and Steam chats, of course, but expect the stream to be Thursday or Friday. Thanks then. Thanks for joining. Congrats to GreenMan for taking this one once more. Please feel free to join me in the next couple of streams the next few days. Alright, I'll head to bed then. Take care, everybody.